Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to play Marvel Champions. This is a popular cooperative or solo board game that you can find in most game stores. For this particular demo, I'm using a software implementation that I created. In this game, you fight as superheroes against a villain. For this demo, I'm going to go with Spider-Man against Rhino. Let's go. So this is a card game. Each turn you draw a hand of cards, and on the first turn I can choose to discard the cards that I don't like. They will be replaced. I will draw something else. That's a pretty good hand, actually. Discarding First Aid, which is a healing thing. I don't need healing right now. So I'm Peter Parker here, and my goal is to defeat Rhino by putting his life total down to 0. Rhino, on the other hand, wins if he can put my life total down to 0. I have 10 life points. He has 14. Or if he can put enough threat on his scheme. So he has a scheme here called the break-in. If that thing gets to 7 threat points, I lose the game. Right now it has 0 because the game just started. Now there is a trick. Rhino and most villains in the game have 2 stages. If I defeat his level 1, he's going to come as level 2. A bit stronger, a bit more health, and I need to defeat the second phase as well. Okay, so let's get started. Peter here has a special ability that he can generate resources. It's a good point to it's a good time to introduce how to pay for resources. So you play some cards in the game, and to play them, you have to pay by discarding other cards. So Web Shooter here costs 1. So I have to pay 1 resource to play it. Peter lets me use 1 resource per turn, so I'm going to do that. Playing this guy and using Peter as a resource. Alright. So in their normal shape, in their normal form, the superheroes are not very useful, so I'm going to transform Peter into Spider-Man, which is done by clicking on Change Form. There you go. And as Spider-Man, he can do more things. He can thwart a scheme, which is removing threat points from the scheme, or he can attack the villain, or he can defend from attacks from the villain. He also can play more things in general. Like here he has this swinging web kick card, which is now playable because it's a hero action, so I need to be in my hero form to play it. I'm going to do that. It costs 3. So I have to use 3 resources to play it, which is either discard 3 cards or use other resources. Here I played Web Shooter, which gives me resources. So I'm going to show you. So swinging web kick for 3. I'm going to use 1 from the Web Shooter. And I could discard 2 other cards, so that would get me 3 points. But there is this one thing here, the energy, that has 2 energy points. The resources that each card can give you are shown here below on the low end left of the card. And energy is a special card that has 2 symbols, so it counts for 2 resource points. So I'm getting 1 from Web Shooter, 2 from energy, and I can play my web kick. And I'm going to target Rhino. Boom, 8 damage. That's pretty good. A really good start. Interrogation Room lets me remove threat from the scheme when I defeat minions. I'm going to play just because it's better to, in as much as possible, to use your hand. And I'm going to attack Rhino. So most heroes can either remove threat from a scheme or attack. Right now the scheme has nothing on it, so there's no point in thwarting. I'm going to attack him. And once I'm done, I'm clicking on Finished here. At the end of the phase, you can discard your hand and you will draw up to your hand size. Backflip is a very interesting card, so I'm not going to discard it. It's going to prevent some damage if I'm getting attacked. Once you're done playing, the villain plays. So here it goes a bit fast. But at the beginning of his phase, he adds at least typically 1 point of threat to his scheme. So here you can see that the break-in has 1 threat on it, 1 point of threat. Once he's done doing this, he's going to either scheme, which means adding more threat to the scheme, or he's going to attack me if I'm in hero form. Right now I'm in hero form, so he's attacking me. He started his attack, but the game didn't interrupt. It's highlighting my card in green, and that's because Spider-Man can draw 1 card when the villain attacks me. So the game's telling me that, and I can click either on Spider-Man to draw my card, or on pass to not draw my card. There's rarely a case where you don't want to activate those, but they are optional. But I'm going to click on him to draw a card. Alright, now he attacks me. When the villain attacks, you can either take an undefended attack, or you can choose to defend. Spider-Man has 3 defense, which is like a shield that's going to remove 3 attack points from Rhino when he tries to hit me. Rhino has 2 in attack. Here it's a bit hard to see, but and every time he attacks, he draws what is called a boost card, which is a face down card that's going to add points to his attack. I'm not going to defend. I have backflip in my hand, which negates any damage I can take, so I'm going to take the chance here. I'm not defending, I'm hitting cancel. So he's doing 2 damage, and again the game is letting me know that I have backflip that I can use. 2 damage and I have a total life point of 10. I can play the backflip to negate the damage, or I can keep it and it's going to be used as a resource when I'm trying to play. I'm going to play it, so I'm negating the damage. And once he's done attacking, Rhino reveals encounters from his deck. So it's some cards that he draws that do a bunch of bad stuff. In this case, Gang Up, where he attacks me again. So because he attacks me again, I get to draw a card. And now I have to choose to either defend or take the damage. I don't have a backflip anymore, so I can't negate the damage. But the issue with defending is that it engages, it exhausts your hero, and that means you cannot use the hero on the next turn to do anything. But I'm gonna do it to show you. Normally I would take this attack and defend it because Rhino at this stage is not that strong, and 2 or 3 points of damage I can take it. But I'm going to show you how to defend. So I'm selecting his card. I'm selecting Spider-Man, clicking on OK. It taps him. And I should be getting 2 damage, but I have 3 defense, so that goes down to 0. So I took no damage in this turn, but now my character is exhausted and I can't really use him. The only thing I can do is change form, which I don't want to do right now. To cancel this menu, I click anywhere else on the screen. Okay, so Rhino has 4 life points remaining. I could use the swinging web kick for 8 damage. Feels a bit over the top. Or I could bring an ally. I'm going to bring Mockingbird. She's an ally, and I didn't show it, but when she comes into play, I can stun an enemy, which means they can't attack the next time they try to attack. So I'm going to do that. Alright, it costs, Mockingbird costs 3, so I'm using 3 resources here, and she stuns him. So he has a stunned icon now. The scheme has 1 threat, it can go up to 7, so not a big deal, but I'm still going to remove it by thwarting with Mockingbird. I have 2 cards in hand, but they cost 3 each one of them, so 3 for swinging kick. That's the top number in the left. This one costs 3 as well. And I could change form with Spider-Man, but I don't want to do that, so I'm clicking on finished. I don't really like Helicarrier. I'm going to getting rid of this. Alright. Villain phase. So Rhino tried to attack me, but he was stunned. And he revealed an encounter. It goes a bit fast on here. So his next attack is gonna get overkill. That means that even if I protect my hero with one of my allies, my hero is gonna get the remaining damage. This card charge also gives the enemy +3 attack. And so Rhino is usually at stage 1, he has 2 attack, but here as you can see it says 5 on this red ATK icon, because he got 2 plus the boost from the charge. So his next attack is going to attack for 5, which is pretty significant. But I'm not sure I have any good way to avoid that. Alright, I'm going to play Jessica Jones for 1. She costs 3. This card here, the Power of Justice, usually brings 1 resource, but when I play a yellow card, it can be used for 2 resources. So that's 2 plus the 1 from the web shooter, that's 3. I can play that. But now I don't have enough for my swinging web kicks, which is annoying. I'm going to keep them because they're really very efficient against Rhino. Now, however, I have enough to destroy Rhino's first phase, so I'm going to do that. I attack with Jessica Jones. She has 2 in attack. That's going to take him 2 life points, and 1 attack with Spider-Man, who has 2 attack as well. Alright, so Rhino stage 1 got defeated, but he came back as stage 2. When he comes back as stage 2, he brings another scheme with him, which is breaking and taking. So breaking and taking in itself has 3 threat, and it's what's called a side scheme. So that thing doesn't have a limit, but I have to take it down to 0 to remove it from the game. It has a plus card icon here. It means that when the villain reveals encounters at the end of his turn, he's going to reveal a second card. So I'm getting 2 bad cards at the end of each villain turn, which is really, really bad. So I need to get rid of this card, which I can't easily do now because I use Jessica Jones and she's my teammate with the best thwart. She has 2. She could remove 2 points every time she acts on it. Well, I'm going to do it with Mockingbird. She only has 1 thwart, so she's only going to remove 1 point. You notice every time I use those allies, they take 1 point of damage. This is something called consequential damage. Every time you use an ally for thwart or attack, generally speaking, they take some damage. They don't have that much life either. Mockingbird here has 3 life total. Jessica Jones as well. That's the orange icon in the middle of the card. Okay, so I could play this surveillance team here, which helps removing threats from schemes, but I really want to keep my swinging web kick cards, at least one of them, so I'm just going to pass. Actually, I'm going to just keep 1 swinging web kick. I don't think I can play 2 in a turn. Alright, villain phase. He added 1 threat to his scheme, and now he wants to attack me. So keeping in mind, he has this charge card, which if I defend with one of my allies, any additional damage is going to go to me. But I kind of probably have to do that to avoid most of the damage, or defend with Spider-Man himself, which might be the best option here. So Rhino has 6 attack total, plus whatever he's going to get from his boost card. Let's draw first. Okay, so I don't have a backflip. I can't really protect or negate the damage. I'm going to defend with Spider-Man. At least my 3 defense is going to mitigate some of the damage. Okay, so he gets +2, so that's a total of 8. Minus my 3 defense, I took 5 damage. Alright, so now he's revealing his encounter cards at the end of the run, at the end of his phase, and he gets +1. So there's 1 waiting here, and there's the one that just got revealed. Hard to keep down. He heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge, which means he's gonna reveal another encounter. He has no damage right now, so he's not gonna heal. So he's going to draw another one. I'd like to avoid that, I think. But then again, I don't know what he draws next. So I have this thing here, Enhanced Spider Sense, which allows me to negate any reveal event like that. But I think this one in itself is not that bad. It's what it reveals next, the surge effect, that might be a problem. So I'm going to pass. Here, you are confused. So confused means I can't thwart, which means my hero cannot remove numbers from these guys. I don't really care about that. And the last one, okay, so the last one is a minion. So minions are a specific type of enemy that you also have to defeat, or you might not, but they will attack you. This one, Hydra Mercenary, has a specific thing here, which he has guard. That means I cannot attack Rhino as long as this guy is on the battlefield. I can show you if I try, for example, to play the swinging web kick. So 1 here, and here I have Genius that gives me 2. Yeah, alright. So I can't target Rhino here. That's because I would have to defeat this guy before I can attack Rhino. I actually don't want to do that. Right click to cancel. I don't want to spend my awesome attack on a minion. That's kind of annoying. I want to get rid of those things before they do too much problems, but I also need to kill this guy. And Spider-Man has been exhausted, so I cannot use him anymore. Let's see. I'm going to play Daredevil. So Daredevil can thwart, which is remove threats from schemes, and when it does, he can do 1 damage to an enemy. That guy has 3. 3 is not convenient because I have like 2 attack here. So Daredevil is going to be perfect for the case. I'm going to thwart, that is remove 2 threats from this thing, and it's going to get rid of it. And now that I did thwart, I have like this arrow that tells me I can do 1 more damage. So I'm doing it on the Hydra Mercenary. Okay. Now Jessica Jones is going to attack him for 2. And I have this thing here, interrogation room, which says that after I defeat a minion, which is what just happened, I can remove 1 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to remove it from the only one that's remaining here. Alright. So the break-in has 1 threat, which is okay, very manageable. I have my swinging web kick that I still cannot play. I'm going to remove... I'm going to attack Rhino. So Mockingbird here attacks for 1. That's ridiculous. And she's going to take consequential damage, so she's going to die immediately because she already has 2 damage and 3 life. There, she died. Nothing else I can or want to do. I'm going to finish my turn, keeping those 2 things, so I'm not discarding. Alright. Rhino attacks. When Rhino attacks, I get to draw a card. And I need to choose a defender. Alright, Jessica, it was fun having you. Goodbye. 4 damage on Jessica Jones. I'm glad that wasn't for me. Although if I had defended, so heroes have a defense, but allies generally don't, so they just take the damage as is. Okay. So he revealed this encounter advance, which means he's going to scheme. That means he's going to add threat to the break-in here. It has 2. I'm fine with that. So he schemes. He adds his scheme points, which is 1, plus whatever boost he drew here. And now the break-in is at level 5 of threat, which is getting a bit problematic. But Daredevil's going to help me. We're good. Okay, I really want to start doing some damage here. There's Webbed Up here, right, which is a good card as well. It prevents him from doing 2 attacks, his next 2 attacks, which is pretty solid, but I want to start doing some damage, so I'm going to do that. Web Kick it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And my Spider-Man here is a bit weak with 2 attack, so I'm going to play combat training, which gives him +1 attack. And now I'm at 3 attack, which is much better. Take that. Boom. I'm really close to killing him. Alright, Rhino has 2 remaining life points. And I have a backflip, which is great. I'm going to be able to negate the next action. He adds 1 threat at the beginning of his turn. Usually you don't see it, but here I have this card, Great Responsibility, which lets me replace it with damage on me. I could do that, but at this point I don't see the point. This thing has 3 threats. It's not going to get much more on this turn, so I'm going to pass. Alright, he attacks me. He attacks me, so I get to draw. And now I have to choose a defender. I have backflip, which means whatever damage I take, I'm going to negate it, so I'm not going to protect. Okay, so he gives me 4 damage. I'm going to negate that. Thank you. He revealed a card. Again, Stampede here. That's attacking me. So I'm drawing another card, and I have to choose a defense. He doesn't have much life, and that was his last card of the run. So I'm going to protect with Daredevil, who's going to die, and then I'm just going to kill Rhino next turn. Alright, end of his turn, and this is me. Alright, I'm just going to attack him. Boom. Victory. And that's it.